Okay, all right. I got some goodies for y'all today. Welcome back to the Reality Check channel. Who are you looking at? Who is this man? That's Marcus Garvey. We're going to honor him today. We're going to make this his day. And there's a lot of people who's talking against him who have no idea what he has done, what he has been to us as a people. Sure, he's from the islands, but he's still an American. See, you have to realize these boundaries they established to try to make us like we're different. Setting up things like foundational black Americas. That is all divisions. We're one people. They're here in North America. You may be from the islands, but you're one people. Due to the racism in his island of Jamaica, he was inspired by the teaching of Booker T. Washington. How he never met him because he passed before he Booker T transitioned before uh, Marcus Garvey got to America. But this man did a wonderful work for. He brought a conscious awareness to us of who the enemy is, and by his very original features, you know what I'm talking about? Unmixed. The mixed black people hated him with a passion. The amalgamated black people, which God tells you don't do. God is against amalgamation of races. But the NAACP, which is composed mostly of colored people, meaning amalgamated black people, half white black people, octoroons, quadroons, that's what they call them. They got some black in them, but they're the most enemies of black people than those people who call themselves white, the Neanderthals. And this is, you can see their work they did through the NAACP. The whole object of the NAACP was to destroy the pride, the features of the beautiful so called black race. And how do they do that? He saw it back in his day, in the 1920s. But I lived it in my day, from the 1940s through 2000 and beyond. We saw what the NAACP did, which is ran by people we call them the little hats. And you can it's a pity because they force integration. What's forced integration going to do? You're trying to erase a whole people. Now, 50 years into integration, people his complexion is almost a minority. I would say they are a minority. The mixed people have taken over as a predominant race, a mixed race. That's what the whole purpose of the NAACP. Because they say advancement of what people? Colored people. And I had preached this and taught this many years ago, but now I'm giving you the evidence to prove it. Because I saw it in the spiritual, but now we're going to show you some physical proof. And this is the proof right here, the teachings of Marcus Garvey. he saw this back then, what the NAACP really was. It has nothing. He said once they show interest for preserving the so-called, we would call Negroes back then, preserving the Negro race, he'll support them. But what he saw at that time is there for the destruction of the Negro race. And he's so right. I have lived this destruction in my lifetime. This is why Noble Drew Ali said he was the forerunner of the prophet. He had raised the people to a certain conscious level of race pride so the prophet could take us further. There's little wonder why most of the so-called black people are led by octoroons and quaternoons, mixed whites. This is why. They're not your friends. The only exception to that I would say would be the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Though mixed, his work and his always was for the upliftment of the majority of us as a people. He didn't advocate integration. He advocated separation. He loved the black people. Why would you want to destroy your race through mixing? That I can agree with the so-called white supremacists. We agree on that point. Race mixing is evil. You got the results right before you in 2026. The black people, his complexion, my complexion, we're almost a minority because of the work of the NAACP. So there you have it. That's the class for today. Honor to Marcus Marcellus Garvey, a forerunner who taught us the truth of race pride against integration, which the NAACP advocated and very successful for the last 50 years in almost eliminating us and the purity of our race. Why don't you want to be a pure race? If you don't want to be a pure race, you cannot believe in the Creator. You got to be against Jesus. And you call yourself a Christian and you advocate race mixing. Y'all sick. Y'all sick people. And I know what I'm talking about because I saw it in my own family. Colored people. Yeah, that's what they have me listed, colored, and I'm black as him. But why am I colored? Because my mother was a colored, mixed, and I honor them. But I have to tell the truth. I have to speak the truth. Most black people want to mix because they hate themselves. They hate their dark complexion. Now that's evil. And the women, they even hate their hair nowadays. They hate the way God made them. Want to wear another woman's hair. Wow, how sick can you be? See, I grew up when women knew who they were. And they wore these big afros like Angela Davis. She still wear her afro, I think. That's a symbol of pride. you hate yourself so much that you think God made a mistake in giving you kingly hair? They call it kinky, but it's kingly because that's the hair of kings and queens. This man told the truth. W.E. Du Bois, Octoroon, he called this man a gorilla. Why? Why would he call this black man a gorilla? Because Du Bois was a race hater. He hated his own mixture of being part black. And he thought black was an undesirable color. So much so he related to him as being a gorilla. So much for the souls of black folks. I don't know if he came to his senses before he passed and moved to Ghana. Hopefully he did. We'll talk about that another time. So go back and listen to this because you're gonna first time you listen to it, you're gonna say, "Oh, this man's hating." No, I'm not hating. I'm loving. I'm talking about self-love. So listen to it about 2 or 3 times before you get to the point of what's being said. This is what they say. This is what they say about us. If you don't want to integrate, you're a hater. If you don't want to integrate, you love your race. You don't want to destroy it like it's almost done now. People like Michael Jordan, they are like a minority now. The beautiful dark complexion. Wow. Wow, y'all people got a long ways to go to self-love. Okay, any questions in the chat? Let's see what y'all talking about. I think a lot of this knowledge is not for the audience that's really here. It's for those audience that's coming who will hear the replay. And that's how I show up when the spirit tells me to show up. So you never find me on a schedule, but I'm always right on time. You'll never find me on a schedule, but I'm always right on time. Peace to the